If you think there's not much more to say about the budget, you're probably right. But maybe only right if you're one of us, in the biz, as the lovies say, and like me have had an inbox filled with over 100 emails telling me one company or expert's summary or view of it all. I say hundreds, but I did stop counting at 47, and it seemed like there were just as many again. Anyway, I'm going to canter through the highlights and many lowlights of what finally happened after those weeks and months of leaks and speculation, culminating in the ultimate leak of leaks of the whole budget half an hour before it was due to go out. Now, conspiracy theory alert, it will give her or them an excuse to get rid of the Office of Budget Responsibility, which did the leaking. And that will give a bit more freedom to them to do what they like, which of course would have suited the not quite sainted Liz Truss very well, I think. Anyway, the headlines for us, and so if you're a client, for you, firstly, pensions. Nothing happened with pension tax-free cash. After all the rumours which circulated since summer that it would be cut or limited, which frightened far too many people into taking some or all of their money out of pensions for no good reason. There was a bit of tiddling around with pensions, a limit on salary sacrifice, which I won't go into now because it's not due to happen until around the next election, 2029, so I bet it probably won't happen. I'd also bet that they'll now leave pensions alone because the last budget did the massive damage of making them liable to inheritance tax in, well, now less than 18 months' time. And I think or hope that they've decided that's enough. ISAs, well, the amount that can go into cash ISAs is now a maximum of £12,000, with stocks and shares staying at £20,000. So if you put £12,000 into cash, you can still put £8,000 into investments. You won't be able to switch your ISA from an investment one to a cash one as you can at the moment. But, big but, none of this will apply to over 65s. I'm not sure why, firstly, they've done that. They're the biggest savers, or why 65, which is a pension age of ages past. Unless, cynical moi, it's to keep the older people on side for future voting. Some hope, I'd say. The state pension triple lock, which means it'll go up by whichever is the highest rate of inflation, that's still there. They've also said that if your only taxable income is the state pension, you won't have to pay tax on it if it takes you over the frozen personal income tax allowances. Add that to the highlights. It's actually, I'd say, very sensible all round. Not so sensible, and on the fringes of what you might call mainstream advice, is that tax relief on venture capital trusts has been limited. Now, these invest in startup companies, and I mentioned them, as you may remember in last year's, the inheritance tax relief on shares in the alternative investment market was halved. Neither of these things is actually going to raise much tax. Both will stop investment in small British companies, the growth stuff that they say they're so keen on. I don't get it. Okay, to finish, what they should have done, or what I'll do come the revolution. Now, in another bit of tiddling, there's going to be an extra 2% tax on dividend income, which will affect most people investing outside of ISAs, who already will have to do tax returns because the allowances have been reduced so much. So why not just make everything income, whether it's from work, dividends, interest, rent, and yes, selling investments, capital gains. Get rid of national insurance, bump up income tax. Overall, some will pay a lot more, mainly those with all that other sort of income, the dividends, the capital gains. A lot will pay less, and we'll be able to properly afford decent benefits. The lifting of the 2-child cap, I think, is a good thing, as is giving poor people here and abroad money to help them out. We can sort out the care system, the health service properly. There you have it. As soon as I get the red box in my hands, it'll be sorted.